Chinese paper cut has a long history. According to data, Chinese paper cut as a Chinese folk art originated in the Han and Tang dynasty. For thousands of years, it has been popular among folks with its unique charm. The Chinese paper cut was originally called pattern cut in ancient time. With scissors or carving knives, decorating patterns come out of the paper, and as adornments, they are applied in people life or folk activities. The Chinese paper cut is a traditional folk art craft among Chinese people and has a history of over 1,500 years. In the mid-20th century, 5 paper cut works extracted from an ancient tomb of North and South Dynasty in Astana, Tubang, Xinjiang region, China, including horse carvers and monkey carvers, which are the earliest paper cut works found at present. The ritual image and pattern cuts form convey rich historical and cultural information, express the social and moral understanding of the people, illustrating the practice, experience, idea of life, as well as artistic tendency of the people. For example, cognition, education, entertainment, communication, lyrical expression, and so on. The themes and patterns of those ancient paper cuts are still circulating and developing among Chinese folks. And some primitive Chinese philology and the pro-Christian worships can even find their traces in the original patterns found in Swansea, such as eel catching fish, fish with a human face, and cutie child. Present throughout China and in various ethnic groups, paper cut is a popular art integral to everyday lives. A predominantly female costume, it is transmitted from mother to daughter over a long period of time, beginning in childhood, and it is particularly common in rural areas. The Chinese paper cut is considered to be one of standard to identify a smart woman. People think that a woman who is good at making a delicate Chinese paper cut is smart. Intangible cultural heritage purpose by domain, in which intangible cultural heritage is manifested, oral traditional and expression, including language as a vehicle of the intangible cultural heritage, performing arts, social practice, rituals and festival events, knowledge and practice concerning natural and the universal, as well as traditional craftsmanship. The Chinese paper cut is a traditional craftsmanship include a national intangible cultural heritage list in year 2009. Traditional craftsmanship may sound tangible, but it is really refers to the skill and knowledge involved in the craftsmanship than the product themselves. Examples include the pottery, woodwork, precious stones, paper weaving, musical instrument production, weaving and fabric production, and so on. It is easy to learn how to make the paper cuttings, and required tools are simply a piece of paper and a knife or a pair of scissors. But to master this art is not easy to all because it is required much effort, practice, craftsmanship, and imagination. There are two skill types in Chinese paper craft: scissoring and carving. The commonly used paper cutting materials are paper, including monochrome paper, color paper, gold foil paper, silver foil paper, veneer paper, electro-optical paper, thin paper, thick paper, and so on. Before the invention of paper, there will be no real paper cutting. At that time, paper making was not invented, and people used various materials that could be carved, such as carving on bamboo, bark, leather, and gold leaf. Then, with the invention of paper making, the art of paper cutting flourished, and the availability of material put paper cutting on the right track, turbocharging the development of the entire industry. Scissor cutting can make several paper cutting at one time by cutting several patterns together, while knife cutting are made or spread mixtures, ashes, and taro which can make only one piece at one time. Many of the characteristics and style of for paper cutting are due to the certain skill in the knife technique. While paper cutting is simple in the artist uses only scissors and knife to cut shapes. It requires much concentration. A small mistake can run days of work. Intangible cultural heritage refers to the tradition and living expression that are transmitted from one generation to the next. Chinese paper card is a traditional craft of local women, and its pattern imitation techniques are to be passed down from generation to generation between mother and daughter. Whenever there are festivals, weddings, and other celebrations, Chinese paper card will surely attract the people's attention. The patterns of Chinese paper card can rarely be figures, birds and beasts, characters, utensils, scales, flowers and trees, fruit and vegetables, insects, landscape, and so on. Some people have proposed to add the word rare and modern artifact, total of 11 categories. Some are for decorating purposes attended to doors, curtains, windows, cupboard, brickbats, ceilings, or tablecloths. Some are as example of embroidery for making patterns in pillows, Shrewsbury wares, or craft. They are still designed for various events or festivals expressing happiness, longevity, and progression, or expression life. Motifs which vary greatly and are often devised by the artist depends on the region of origin and the purpose of the product, which may be used for interior decor such as windows, beds, and ceilings, festivals such as wedding, birthday ceremony, or prayers like invoking the rain, writing of the devil. Moreover, in traditional Chinese paper cartings, people only use five colors: cyan, red, yellow, white, and black to represent everything in the world. These colors are symbolic for specific things. Every year, during Spring Festival, Chinese people cut up patterns from paper to celebrate the Chinese New Year. Red is the most common color used as it represents good luck and prosperity. In my opinion, regarding the safeguarding of the intangible heritage is the volume of historical understanding and artistic volume. The so-called historical understanding volume refers to the unique volume embodied in the process of intangible cultural heritage, helping making understand history. Through it can understand the ancient technology and culture. It can be said that the volume of historical understanding is the most important volume of intangible cultural heritage. Without history and tradition, there would be not today. This is beyond reproach, and it is imminent, especially in today's era of highly developed technology and rich and diverse cultural rise. Many traditional cultures are not accepted by the next generation, and it is difficult to be passed down in a complete and natural way. It also requires us to spend a certain amount of effort and price. The artistic volume of intangible cultural heritage refers to the unique volume of intangible cultural heritage in the process of helping us understanding the loss of artistic generation and evolution among different historical periods and different regions. The biggest feature of paper cutting is on the window paper and look from the inside out so that you can see the beauty of the image one by one through the light. Chinese paper card intangible cultural heritage can also help us understand the artistic characteristics of different historical periods. People have different aesthetics in different historical periods, and no legacy can help us understand and record the aesthetic characteristics of different periods. For example, when did the Chinese paper card come into being? Produced in the Han and Tang dynasty. So through the Han and Tang dynasty Chinese paper card, we can understand the craftsmanship more than 1,000 years ago.